This past weekend, Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts decided to throw a nice little dinner. Swanky event, right? 100 people in attendance. One of the people who was invited was Usha Vance, the wife of Vice President J.D. Vance. Now, let me reiterate that. Usha Vance was invited. J.D. Vance, the Vice President of the United States, was not. But he decided he was going to be a party crasher anyway, and he did show up with his wife. She was allowed a +1, I think, and she had clerked for John Roberts long ago when she was in law school, so that's why she was invited. But it's hilarious to me that they invite the Second Lady of the United States and not her husband. So he has to tag along as a +1, and then they get there. And John Roberts delivers this, opening speech. He singles out multiple different people in the crowd talking about how great they are and their accomplishments. And he did not once in his address, in addressing individuals in the room, did not once say the name J.D. Vance. He didn't even say the phrase vice president. He acted like J.D. Vance was not there at all. And it gets even funnier. Because on top of not even acknowledging that the Vice President of the United States is in the room, they also didn't offer any special accommodations for the Vice President of the United States. He wasn't in a front row seat. He wasn't up there on the, seating with everybody. I forget what it's called. It's been a while since I've been to a conference, thank goodness. But he was just out there at a random table in the crowd, and the table plate name said Usha Vance and then guest. So he didn't even have a little placard. He had nothing. And that, to me, honestly, is absolutely hilarious. They knew he was coming. Okay? You had to fill out the card and send it in, your RSVP and your +1. They knew J.D. Vance was going to be there. They, when setting this up, when setting up the tables, when doing all of it, chose to make him feel small. That is the part that people need to understand. They could have accommodated him. They could have moved him up a little bit if they wanted to. They chose to make sure he knew that none of them respect him, none of them like him. And this is the guy who, by virtue of his position as vice president, is, already technically kind of the front runner for Republicans in 2028 due to name recognition alone. But what's really interesting is that there is this fight, and I've talked about this before, that Donald Trump has kind of started about who the Republican nominee is going to be. Is it going to be Rubio or is it going to be Vance? And he has hinted at both of them. He has refused to endorse one over the other and kind of says, we'll let them fight it out. Jokingly, he said that one time. But there was a story that came out Tuesday morning that I found absolutely hilarious. Because it turns out that MAGA voters actually don't want either of these people. And a shockingly large number of MAGA voters want Candace Owens to run instead. They would rather have a fucking podcaster than J.D. Vance or Marco Rubio as the Republican nominee in 2028. And if this is how J.D. Vance gets treated by the establishment, then he has no hope whatsoever of holding any office ever again when this administration is over. That is the most hilarious part of this entire story. Thanks for watching, and if you are not already subscribed to the channel, please do so, and do not forget to like and comment and share widely among your friends.